The Master Sword is the ultimate weapon in Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and it can be obtained fairly quickly. This guide will cover exactly what needs to be done in order to acquire this legendary sword, while avoiding as many spoilers as possible. As usual, useful timestamps can be found in the video description. First off, the requirements to get the Master Sword are actually pretty easy to meet. For starters, you'll need to progress through the main quests until you unlock the paraglider. In addition, you will need to acquire a full extra wheel of stamina by getting 5 stamina vessels from goddess statues. This will require a total of 20 Lights of Blessing, which are obtained by completing shrines. Those are the only true requirements. That being said, you will need to face and defeat at least one difficult enemy to get the Master Sword. For that, I highly recommend stocking up on around 20 or more bomb flowers and at least 3 pristine weapons that have 20 or more attack power, ideally of the spear archetype. A potion or meal that greatly raises armor would also be very helpful. We will be going through the depths, so Bright Bloom seeds are recommended. I also ended up using a single hover stone to make part of the boss fight easier. But again, it isn't 100% necessary, even if it will help a good deal to have one. Once you're ready, make your way to Minshi Woods Chasm to the northeast of Central Hyrule. You can glide to this chasm from Eldin Canyon Skyview Tower, or just go on foot by taking the road leading north from Woodland Stable. When you take the plunge, make sure to deploy your glider before you hit the bottom of the chasm. There are many ways to get through the Minshi Grove, but we will travel on foot for the purpose of this walkthrough. Begin by following the trail of Poe Souls, which are the glowing blue wisps on the ground, and throw down bright blooms whenever you are unsure of your next step. By this point, you should be able to see a large tree in the distance along with some light roots. The only major obstacle is the Lake of Gloom in our path. You can use Zonai devices to cross this obstacle. Even something as simple as a rocket on your shield will boost you up into the air, allowing you to glide across easily. However, if you are taking the minimalist approach, you can climb up this specific tree. Here, the gloom is thin enough that we can glide across it using only the tree as a jumping off point. Just make sure to keep running once across. This is because a set of gloom hands will spawn nearby and begin chasing you down. As long as you beeline it for the light route up ahead, the gloom hands should give up the chase long before they reach you. A few more enemies may burst from the ground to try and stop you, but you can just run past them. Activate the light route, then make your way west towards the large tree. Here, you'll find a location where you are able to use the Ascend ability to rise to the surface. Do so, and you'll emerge in the middle of Korok Forest. It won't be as it usually is due to a corruption of the Great Deku Tree. Activate the nearby shrine to serve as a fast travel point, Then, once you are ready for a tough fight, go up into the tree and dive into the chasm. If you don't want to know anything about the boss fight, you can skip to the next timestamp. For everyone else, let's talk strategy. The first phase of this fight is a group of Gloom Hands. Bombs are pretty effective at beating them, however, you'll need to stay away from them so the hands don't grab you and so you don't get hit by your own bombs. I positioned a hoverstone Zonai device over the pit to provide a nice vantage point for throwing bombs down. Then I just let loose with a flurry of them, around 16 in total. Once all of the Gloom Hands are destroyed, Phantom Ganon will appear. This is where an armor potion can be very helpful. Without a good armor potion and only 4 hearts, one hit from this boss is enough to end the fight. However, if you are able to dodge the attacks and respond with a flurry rush, you can actually whittle Phantom Ganon down pretty quickly. If he proves too difficult, you can always return to fight him later, but this is the final major obstacle to getting the Master Sword. Once you defeat this boss, the gloom will be purged from the Great Deku Tree. Before returning to the surface, make sure to pick up the weapons dropped by the boss here. I actually forgot to grab them and they were gone when I came back later. Back on the surface, climb up the large roots and find the pedestal to speak with the Great Deku Tree. Doing so will trigger another cutscene that I won't spoil here. But after the cutscene, the location of the Master Sword will be revealed on your map. If you can figure out how to get the Master Sword from here and don't want spoilers, I would suggest not watching any further, or at least skipping to the next timestamp. However, for everyone else, here is what you'll need to do. Find the marker for the Master Sword's location on your map. Then fast travel to the Skyview Tower that is closest to it. If you don't see it from the ground, you will definitely see it once you get in the air. The Master Sword is stuck in the head of a divine dragon. You'll need to land on the dragon and pull the Master Sword free. I won't spoil the whole thing, but it suffices to say that you'll need 2 full wheels of stamina in order to succeed. And that is really all there is to it. Now let's talk for a minute about the Master Sword. It is unbreakable, and instead, after enough use, it will run out of energy and enter a recharge period that takes 10 minutes, at which point it will be restored to full condition. It appears that the Master Sword won't begin recharging until it's been fully drained. In addition, the Master Sword can be fused with items, but those items will be lost when the Master Sword runs out of energy. Last but not least, while you are at full hearts, you can shoot damaging blue waves of light from the Master Sword by holding the throw button and letting go once the sword is fully held back. If you want to see more great guides, you can head over to my channel, and if you're new, consider subscribing. You're helping me feed my cat. Her name's Marshmallow. Have a great day. If you're here today, have a great Friday and a great weekend. And as always, thanks for watching.